There is a new phobia of phobias. And I want to talk about phobophobia. Everybody seems to be very irrationally afraid of phobias. Xenophobia, homophobia, Islamophobia, heterophobia. I don't know. That seems like a thing. What's the white version? Blancophobia? Just to make up a word. I think there probably is a word for that. I think I looked it up once. A lot of phobias around. What does phobia mean? It means an irrational fear. But what if your fear is rational? You don't hear many people talking about, that guy is so phobophobic, which would mean, I think, fear of fire. Or tornado-phobic. Earthquake-ophobic. How irrational? I mean, what does that mean? Like, if you're irrationally afraid of earthquakes, I would think that would mean that you are ducking and covering constantly, or never leaving your house, or never visiting California. That would seem to be irrational. However, if you're just preparing for an earthquake, like maybe, I don't know, building a bed that could withstand the force of your building crashing down on you, is that earthquake-ophobic? Is that a phobia, or is that just general preparedness? And what's wrong with a little bit of phobia? If somebody's afraid of bees, it's kind of silly to be running around being afraid of bees, I suppose. But just being afraid of one bee, or not wanting to be near it, that doesn't mean you're what would that be? A beophobe? Islamophobia. That's the one we want to talk about, though, right? Speaking of bees, look at that beekeeper uniform that the ladies wear. Is that something to be afraid of? If I was a woman and I saw that marching towards me, a bunch of men that demanded that I wore a black polyester beekeeper's uniform in the middle of the summer, I might have a rational fear of it. And my rational fear of it, is there anybody that would call it rational? Or would they just call me an Islamophobe, as if there's no rational reason to be afraid of it? I mean, there seems to be a real rash of Naziphobia. Is it irrational? Are they rounding up Jews and putting them in concentration camps right now? I don't know. I don't think they are. All my Jewish friends are fine. So, yeah, it's a pretty irrational fear to call everybody a Nazi. And it's probably an irrational fear to be afraid of every Muslim. But being weary of ethno-nationalism, meaning being weary of white supremacists or people who practice Islam, because Islam isn't a type of ethno-nationalism. It's a political structure. It's not just a religion like everybody says it is. It's an actual political system. It's meant to supplant and overrule any other kind of political system. And if that requires you to wear a beekeeper's outfit when you go shopping, I think you can rationally be afraid, or rationally be wary. Beware! That's where they get that. Be wary. Beware! There are some people out there that don't have your best interest at heart. Or they think they do, but it requires a real sacrifice on your part, you know. A lot of people want you to be very safe. And they want to lock you into a padded cell where you can't harm yourself or harm anybody else. You can't drink those sugary drinks, and you can't get a plastic straw stuck up your nose. You know? That's really what people want with the plastic straws. They just don't want you to get one stuck up your nose. We all saw that turtle. Ow! Oh man, that looked like it hurt. That turtle, boy, he should have changed the world. So don't get a plastic straw stuck up your nose. Don't develop a strawophobia. Use caution, but don't be ridiculous. You can have rational fears, rational wariness, rational preparedness. You can talk about borders. You can talk about homosexuality. You can talk about nations. You can talk about various religions and political philosophies. You can beware. You can criticize them and wonder if they're good without being XYZ-ophobic. Don't be a phobophobe. You don't need to be afraid of people calling you XYZ-ophobic. It doesn't matter. Those people are mostly crazy. If somebody comes at you with an irrational conclusion about your skepticism, they're the ones with the problem, not you. By the way, I'm in my van in Carson City, Nevada, because my friend is working a Loverboy concert at a casino. Loverboy is a band I never even thought that I liked. And I never once considered going to see them live. But since my friend is playing and he said he was working the show, I thought, are you fucking kidding me? Of course I'll drive 4 hours to see Loverboy in a casino. What are they, in their 70s? I hope they wear their red leather pants. If they wear red leather pants, I'm going to have such a good time. I'm going to have a good time anyway. Why? Because fun is a choice. Thanks for listening.